Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I will be crocheting it forward in this video today by showing you how to make this really cute baby carriage. This is video 3 in my baby shower series. Right now I have 3 more, I think I have 3 more, 2 more. Maybe this is, no, this is 4, video 4. Yep. No, actually, this is 5. The baby bottle was the first one, the overalls, the dress, diaper, carriage. This one is number 5. So, sorry about that. Let's get going. So, the materials you need are your carriage color yarn. I'm going to use yellow today. And then I have like a beige, a light color. I'm sorry, an ivory. That's more ivory for the trim. And the trim is going to be for the wheels and then also the bow. You are going to need a needle, which I've already threaded, some scissors, and I'm using a 5.0 H hook, as well as my BFF over here, my little sidekick, my smaller crochet hook that helps me with the ends. So let's get started. Go ahead and grab your hook and your main color, and we are going to start with a magic circle. And you can do your magic circle how you like. I always do like an unfinished knot, and then I slip stitch to secure, and then we're going to chain 2, which doesn't count as anything, and we are going to make 10 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now don't close this. We are going to bunch it up a little bit. You want to leave like that much of a circle, maybe a centimeter or 2. And then we're just going to follow the basic circle pattern as far as the increases go. So at this point, we're going to go into our second row. And we are going to chain 2, single crochet in that first chain. Okay, turn our work, and in that same stitch we're going to double crochet, because this chain 2 with the single crochet on top counts as our first double crochet. Now this round is just going to be 2 increases in each of the double crochets, so that's going to give us 20 double crochets. So we have 2, next stitch 3, 4, next stitch 5, 6, next stitch 7, 8, next stitch 9, 10, next stitch 11, 12, next stitch 13, 14, next stitch 15, 16, next stitch 17, 18, and then our last stitch for the last 2, and that is going to be, make sure you're going through both of those loops. These are going to be 19 and 20, and you'll start to notice that the circle, which we started as half a circle, it's going to take a turn of its own. Okay, and this is only 3 rows for the carriage part. So the next row we're going to do the same thing, chain 2, single crochet in that first chain, or you can chain 3 if you're not comfortable with that double crochet the way I make it, then feel free to chain 2 or 3, and then we're going to turn our work, and in that same stitch make another double crochet, and then the next stitch just 1 double crochet. and that's the repeat. 2 1 2 1 2 1. So there's 3, next stitch 4 5, next stitch 6, next stitch 7 8, next stitch 9, next stitch 10 11, next stitch 12, next stitch 13 14, next stitch 15, next stitch 16 17, next stitch 18, next stitch 19 20, next stitch 21, next stitch 22 23, 21 22 23, next stitch 24, next stitch 25 26, next stitch 27, next stitch 28 29, and then our last stitch is going to be 1 double crochet for our 30th one. Okay, pretty easy. And the other videos that I was looking at, and they're really cute how they turned out. The carriages, the ones that I seen on YouTube, super cute, super cute. But what they were doing is like putting a whole bunch of double crochets and then having to fold it to get this kind of L shape right here, the shape of the carriage. And I thought, oh my God, that's just so much. Unless they were doing them two-sided, which I didn't see in any of the videos, but it just seemed like that was a lot of crochet that was wasted if you're folding it. And I just was like, there's got to be a way just to do it on one side. So I figured it out through a bunch of frogging, but I figured it out. So anyway, for the next round, we're just going to single crochet all the way around. So we're going to chain 1, turn our work, single crochet all the way around here until we get here, because the inner part of the carriage is going to be a little different. So yeah, just going to single crochet so we have a nice edge there, a nice neat edge. This works up pretty fast too. And at that point, that's when we'll close up our circle too. I was up late last night. I'm getting together the next pattern, which I'm just so proud of. It's just so cute. And I will give you a sneak peek like I've been doing at the end of the video. And that way you guys have something to look forward to. Looks complicated, but it really isn't. Okay, we're almost done here. I guess I could have counted. I think you should have had 30. And then our last single crochet. Oops. Right? And since it's a corner, okay, let's close this up a little bit. We don't want it too tight, but just so that you don't see any hole there. Okay, I'm just going to move that to the back. So now we're at a corner. We're just going to make another single crochet, and then what we're going to do is picot right here all the way down, or down here and then across for a little ruffle, just like we did that. Okay, it's super cute, super easy. I think I did it with the girl dress. So we're going to chain 3 and then slip stitch back into that first chain. And I like to, there's in the front of every chain 3 there's going to be these 2 loops, and that's where I slip stitch. Okay, so we're gonna, and then of course here we are, lovely sides. We're just gonna go to the next one, chain 3, and then just do the same thing. Find those 2 loops, and whoops, sorry, I got off camera. And then just slip stitch. Try to find the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 3, and then go in front of those 2 loops. Or, excuse me. I'm so sorry. This is not very professional. And I have put that on vibrate. Okay, I'm back. So we were at, we slip stitched. Do we slip stitch? Yep, there's my chain 3. So then you're just going to try to work it as best you can. I'm not going to count because, you know, I don't want anybody to feel like they're doing anything if you don't get the exact same count. But just do the best you can. Just wherever there's a hole. If you see a double crochet, try to go in between it. Slip stitch 1, 2, 3. Go back into that same stitch. If you don't want to do the 2 loops, it's just fine. They're just pointers. Okay, and then when you get to the center, you want to do the same thing. 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch, and that tail keeps trying to get in the way, and I'm not trying to work it in with the ruffles. Okay. You do want to go in the hole, in the center hole, chain 3, go back in, and if it starts getting loose again, you know, we can still tighten it up, no worries. Okay, slip stitch, chain 3, go to the next stitch, slip stitch, chain 3, slip stitch in the same stitch. Oh my, that's got a big gap there. 1, 2, 3, slip stitch in the same, and just try to make it as even as possible. Okay, 1, 2, 3. I think I have like 2 left. I was really trying to go in between. Okay, slip stitch, 1, 2, 3. Yarn's caught there. Same stitch, slip stitch. Okay, and then our last stitch, 1, 2, 3, and we'll go ahead and chain 1 and fasten off. I'm not sure if I mentioned we needed scissors, but you will. So there you have it. You got this cute little ruffle. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just, while we're on camera, and see that hole right there that I kind of created, I am going to grab my yarn with this smaller hook and just kind of work it through there. I'm going to go in between there, and it might help if I actually went through the ruffle part and just try to cover it up a little bit. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. It's just, I'm just so used to it. Work it through a couple stitches back down to the bottom, and then I just do a knot. Snip our yarn, and then at this point we want to go ahead and close our circle. Okay, so this one is going to go the other direction. Okay. Now it's time to do our wheels, which are super simple. And you just want to grab our yarn again, do your magic circle, however you do. Okay, we're going to chain 2, and then in that first chain we want to single crochet, chain 1. That is going to count as a half double crochet, and then we're gonna do 10 half double crochets with the chain in between. So there's 1 and there's a chain, half double crochet for 2, chain, half double crochet for 3, chain, half double crochet for 4, chain, half double crochet for 5, chain, half double crochet for 6, chain, half double crochet for 7, chain, half double crochet for 8, chain, half double crochet for 9, chain, half double crochet for 10. And you do want to end up with a chain. And now we're just going to slip stitch to that top of that first single crochet that we made on top of our chain 2. Okay, and pull our yarn through. You'll need to make 2 of those. Okay, so you can go ahead and, if you want to stop the video now, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed with the trim to our wheels. And we're gonna want to grab like a whiter, like I said, I got an ivory color here, and that's just a single crochet all the way around in the back loop only. Okay, so you want to attach. I'm going to close, well, I noticed on this one I didn't close it all the way, so I'm just going to leave it alone right now. Oh, let's work in them tails because they are going to be in the way. So I'll grab my smaller hook. Maybe I'll go ahead and close it and see. All right. Whoops, sorry. Bumped my head on the camera there. And it's going to be real simple. You just pull it over close to the center tail, the magic circle tail, and then just tie a knot. Not too tight. We don't want it bunched up. All right. Now getting back to the slip knot and our hook. Now we're just going to single crochet. So you want to attach in the back loop only of any stitch, and then go right into your single crochets. Right? So the single crochets and the chains, you might want to, hopefully you're watching the video first and not doing this, you might want to do your chains a little loose so you're not struggling with it. I know during the development of this pattern I had a little challenging times trying to single crochet in the back loop of my chains. So, and you should end up with 20. And I'm not going to go back and count, but remember we did 10 chains and 10 chain ones. No, 10 single crochets and 10 chains. I don't know what's wrong with me. I guess your mind tells you you're not getting paid to think anymore when you get off work, so your mind's kind of like laid back, relaxed. So yeah, just do the best you can. I know, especially when you get back here to when you tied a knot or when you fastened off, just do the best you can. And what it does is it leaves like this little ridge, or like a little circle. It gives like gives a little definition to the wheel. Okay, now we're at the beginning, and I'm just going to slip stitch. Okay, slip stitch, cut your yarn, work in those ends. We're almost done. What we got to do is careful not to, all we got to do is work in our ends, sew on, and then put that little ribbon where it goes. These patterns are, I try to simplify them as much as possible and make them beginner friendly as much as possible. I hope I'm doing that. And then just tie like I've been doing. Tie your ends, work them in. It's your choice. Crocheter's choice. Okay. Now we have our wheels. Now I did another one off camera just so that we could make the camera a little bit timely. But what I did is you're going to notice that there's a spot here where you fastened off. And I put that at the bottom. But you can actually put these anywhere you want. I seen them on Pinterest. They were little. They were like, some were down here, some were close, some had like a little centimeter in between. On this one, I just kind of, I would say that maybe that's a centimeter and a half in between. I liked that. But you just want to put it, there's a row right here, or there's a double crochet row right there. For this one, you want to put it under there, and that one under there. And then we go ahead and get my needle, which is already it has our yarn on there. So I'll just take one at a time and then work from there. And I'll start from this one. And then remember in the earlier video how when you don't have stick pins, if you have stick pins, I guess I should have put that in a, oops, I guess I should have put that, if you want to use stick pins, you certainly can. But what I do is I just take my index finger and my middle finger and then I hang on to it, and then with my thumb and my ring finger I just hang on to this part, the bottom part, and then just start sewing. You want to sew in and out, weaving in and out, your basic traditional sewing right here where the stitches are, where the side V's are. It's just perfect. Like you can't really mess this up. And then just in and out. We're only going to sew the part of the tire that's actually on the carriage. So super fast, super easy. I share these on Facebook. And my son gets on there, who's pregnant, who's having a baby? I'm like, nobody in our family that I know of. Hope I didn't out anybody. Would like not be cool. Okay, we're done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and work in the ends. All right. Remember, these are one-sided projects. You can always make, you can make them two-sided, make two of them, and then just sew them together. Or just put the wheels together. All right, so we have one wheel on. Moving on to our second wheel. Remember, we want that funny part down at the bottom. And this one is not going to have as much material on there. What I mean is material is like as far as what we have to sew the wheel onto, because it's over here at the end. But you want to make sure that they're kind of even right here. I'm going to go with that. And then again, just go ahead and start with this one. And just go. Now if you're more comfortable sewing a whole other round, like sewing back, that's totally up to you. That is totally up to you. I am not going to do that. But you certainly can. For more security. I don't have any problem with more security. And I'm going to be uploading the written pattern on Etsy for all of these, or Ravelry, soon as I start my account, activate an account. Everybody keeps asking me, how come you haven't done that? How come you haven't done that? I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I've actually been on, now we're just going to tie our ends. I've been on the internet trying to get some tips on how to write patterns, because I certainly don't want to confuse anybody. I want to simplify them and throw in some pictures. Pictures always help with patterns, especially if you're a visual learner. Okay, So there we go. We've got our wheels on. Now I have, what did I do with it? I had this little piece of yellow ribbon. Oh, here it is by my feet. Right here. I got this from Dollar Tree a long time ago. And I just cut, I don't know, 6-7 inches. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the middle of the carriage. Or in the vicinity. See how that one looks. I used plain yarn. And I'm using my smaller hook to work it through. For this one right here, I just took a string and worked that like I was doing with the other patterns. Alright, this one is proving to be a little challenging because it's slippery. Oops. Alright, got it. Okay, maybe a couple stitches over. It's totally up to you. And again, I've mentioned this in my other videos. If you want to embellish them with something else that you have, go for it. I mean, it might be my pattern, but it's your little project. So you can decorate them whichever way you want. So from here, I'm just going to tie a bow. Right. These bows, this material is like all over the place. Alright, and then just like with our yarn, you just kind of work it down. Pull on the, not the loopy part with the strands, and then go tighter, pull them a little bit more, go tighter, pull them a little bit more, go tighter, until you get the effect that you're looking for in terms of size. I think the white strand, maybe the white would have been a little bit more cuter. I don't know. What do you guys think? Or maybe I could have put a white and red ribbon, probably. But anyway, that's what it looks like. So you have one that goes that way, one that goes that way. Just determine which one you want for the front before you put on your wheels. Or sew in your ends too from your circle. So there you have it. There's the, whoops, that was off center. There's the baby carriage. And sneak peek for my next video. These are so cute and I'm so proud of them. I hope you like them too. Look at that. I know they look complicated, but they really are not. The little boy, the little girl with a pacifier. Isn't that cute? So that's what we have to look forward. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video if you like it. And don't forget to tag somebody, anybody you know that might be having a baby shower or looking for baby shower ideas. Definitely. That's it. So, I'm sorry if I confused anybody. Together, let's continue to crochet it forward. Bye now.